Congressman Mac Thornberry, Republican from Texas, is the chairman of the House Armed Services Committee. He's joining us now. Let's start with this hospital bombing. General Campbell said today that as a result of this bombing, he wants to engage in new instructions for all U.S. military forces in Afghanistan, new rules of engagement. After 14 years of warfare there, the U.S. moved in almost exactly 14 years ago in Afghanistan after 9/11. Why now? Why does the U.S. need new rules of engagement?
Well, I think it's because we have far fewer Americans there than we have had in the past. Remember, the military plan was to have more Americans there to advise and assist the Afghan security forces more than the president allowed. The president insisted on going below 10,000. So we have less interaction, less engagement with the Afghan forces. We do a lot of our advising with video conferences now. So it does make sense. If you're going to have that many fewer people, then looking at the rules of engagement for when we do bring our air power to bear only makes sense.
All U.S. troops, almost all U.S. troops, are supposed to be out of Afghanistan by the end of next year. Very few remaining, only to protect basically the U.S. Embassy in Kabul. Would that be a mistake from your perspective? Because you heard Rand Paul say he does want all U.S. troops out of there.
Yeah, it would be a huge mistake, and what would happen is Afghanistan would turn into another Iraq. That's exactly what we did in Iraq. We withdrew everybody but a few people around the embassy, and look at the mess that has been created since then. Look, we're in Afghanistan for the exact same reasons we were there in the fall of 2001, to prevent attacks from being masterminded or launched from there against us. And the fact is, Afghanistan will always be very attractive to terrorists. They have a large amount of ungoverned spaces. They have the illegal drug crop that can help finance them. They have the history there of terrorism. So you're seeing ISIS growing today in Afghanistan, as well as Al-Qaeda, as well as the Taliban. So for us to stick our heads in the sand and say we're just walking away and think we're going to leave all of that over there is just delusional.
But you know the criticism. The U.S. has spent tens of billions of dollars training Afghan troops, Afghan military, Afghan police, and the question, and lost thousands of lives in the process as well. And so many tens of thousands have come home, obviously deeply injured and wounded. The point is, why can't the Afghans get the job done with this enormous U.S. investment in their training?
Well, I think they can eventually, but as Americans, we tend to be impatient, and we want to spend a bunch of money, get the job done, and come home. And unfortunately, for missions like this, to beef up security forces, help them be more capable, it takes longer than that. As a matter of fact, one of the issues I want to focus on this fall in our Armed Services Committee is let's look at examples of where our train and assist efforts have worked well and where they have not worked well, and look at the reasons underlying that. We just should not think, I believe, that it's a get it done quick sort of thing. It takes longer.
One final question before I let you go, Mr. Chairman. Who do you want to be the next Speaker of the House of Representatives?
Oh, Kevin McCarthy would do a great job. He has been very involved in national security issues, traveling abroad, engaging with foreign leaders, consulting with outside experts like Condoleezza Rice and others. For national security, which is what I care about the most, I think he's clearly the best choice and would do a good job.
Mac Thornberry is the chairman of the House Armed Services Committee. Mr. Chairman, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you, sir.